We'll have a little reading lesson from Jonas Chapter 2 in the Dewey Rames Bible. And here it goes. And our Lord prepared a great fish to swallow down Jonas. And Jonas was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights. And Jonas prayed to our Lord his God out of the belly of the fish. And he said, I cried out of my tribulation to our Lord, and he hath heard me. Out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou hast heard my voice. And thou hast cast me forth into the depth in the heart of the sea, and a flood hath compassed me. All thy surges and thy waves have passed over me. And I said, I am cast from the sight of thine eyes, but yet I shall see thy holy temple again. The waters have compassed me even to the soul. The depth hath enclosed me, the sea hath covered my head. I am descended to the extreme parts of the mountains. The bars of the earth have shut me up forever. And thou wilt lift up my life from corruption, O Lord my God. When my soul was in distress within me, I remembered our Lord, that my prayer may come to thee unto thy holy temple. They that keep vanities in vain forsake their mercy, but I in the voice of praise will immolate to thee but I the voice of praise will immolate to thee what things soever I have vowed I will render for salvation to our Lord. And our Lord spake to the fish, and it vomited up Jonas upon the dry land. Now we have Jonah in the well, 3 days, 3 nights. We have Jonas praying to the Lord to get out of that belly. And we have things in ourselves. When we feel sick, we puke. And Jonas, he was really inside of a real fish, be mythical or not, but you can take this as a metaphor. You've had this happen to your life, you've got sick. We're not talking about no croton, eating some laxative and I don't know, no castor oil or nothing like that yet, but that's a Nineveh. But we're going to talk about the tribulation he went to, and he cried out of the belly of the fish, and he said, thou hast heard my voice. He cast forth into the depth of the heart of the sea, that would be the middle of the sea, and a flood hath compassed me. All thy surges and thy waves have passed over me. Don't that feel like whenever you sweat, you get sweaty, when you get sick, when you want to vomit? And that's what he went through, you could say, but it's still mythical. He is still talking about this fish in the middle of the sea, and the real waves of the water swooshed over him, compassed him about, must have drowned. And I said, I am cast away from the sight of thine eyes, but yet I will see the holy temple again. He knows whenever he drowned, he's going to wake up into this place. He's going to be with the Lord. But instead, he drives him up on dry land, and when he opens up his eyes, he's on earth again. But that's an act of grace. He had that grace that he would be spit out of that well whenever he prayed. And we don't puke up. That's when we do fall from grace, is when we get sick. That's a fall from grace. And when it says they keep the vanities in vain, they forsake their mercy. That's when you hold your puke all in you and you don't let it out, then the food that you ate was in vain, because it hadn't been purged out of you. You hadn't been cleaned like the mint. You still been compassed about, but you haven't witnessed that 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 overwhelmingness whenever you feel better from getting sick. And that's Jonas chapter 2.